Welcome to NBK Tech World. This lesson will be about JavaScript arrays. An array is an ordered list of items. So let's start off with an example. Remember that before, when we first learned about variables, let's say you want to store somebody's name like this, right? But now, suppose you not only have one name, but you have multiple names. Say we have 3 people. We could do like so. We could call this variable name1. We could make another variable for the other person, let's say Anna, and then yet another variable for another third person, I don't know, like Andrew. And then we could access each of their names using name1, name2, name3. But notice this is kind of tedious to have to define each variable one by one. So isn't there a better option we can do? Yes. So that's when arrays come about. So you can group a list of items, like in this case I have names, right? Strings, 3 strings. We can group them in a single entity, a single variable, and we call that an array. Simply put, it's just a list of items. So instead of doing one variable at a time, you only create one variable. For example, let's create a variable called names, and this variable will hold a list of names, okay? So all you have to do is you separate them with a comma. So let's put John, Anna, and Andrew, and then you put square brackets around this list, okay? The square brackets means, okay, we're making an array. We're making a list of items separated by a comma. This extra space here is optional. It's a style convention that I use, like all the other style conventions that I already mentioned to you. Okay, so it's just a normal variable, except now we're not only storing just one single strings, but a list of 3 strings, and this list is called an array. When you see square brackets, think about array, okay, in this context. So let's define it, and now let's see what's inside. Let's just type names, and you can see there's a number 3, and then you have the list right here. So 3 means there are 3 things inside this list. Now those things have a name, and the formal name is an element. So an array has elements. So each one of these guys is called an element. So this array has 3 elements. So if you click here, I'm using Google Chrome by the way in this video, you can expand this, and Google Chrome allows you to see what's inside this list. You see at position 0, there's John, at 1 there's Anna, there's 2, at 2 there's Andrew. So there's an order to the array. So the order that you define them will also be appear in the same order here when you try to access them.